Hey guys, welcome back. It's Matt here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 Android apps of June for 2020. So I did put a lot of effort into finding these apps, so it really would help me out if you could like the video as well as subscribe. But any comments you have, definitely do leave them down below. But without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. But the first app on the list is called Infinity. This one is basically a Reddit client, and it's actually really minimal and sleek. So you have home, popular, and more. You can see all the posts here. You can obviously do all the usual stuff that you can do on Reddit, but everything just looks a little bit more polished. And overall, I really do like this. It looks super sleek, especially on this bezel-less S20 Ultra. In the side here, you have a few options to view your profile, your subscriptions, your multi-Reddit, your inbox. You also have some upvoted and downvoted sections. There is a light mode, but obviously I'm keeping it full dark mode. And in terms of settings, there's a lot of different things you can turn on, like gestures. In order to go back from comments, you can turn on autoplay for video. And overall, there's a bunch of theme and interface options which allow you to pretty much customize the app to your liking. I personally think it's great, so go check it out. Up next is Bundled Notes. This one is a great notes app. It has some really cool features and overall just looks really simple. And again, it's a dark theme, so it looks super cool on an OLED screen. At the top here, you can see I have movies and TV watch list. This is basically just something I made to keep track of series I'm watching. I then added some tags to the different ones so I can see what I've watched, what I want to watch. And you can easily do that by creating a bundle. So I'm just going to create one called YouTube. And you can give it a description as well as a color. You can also add it to your home screen, but this basically allows you to add subnotes inside of this group. So I've just made a couple here, and as you can see, you can add tags. You can change the layout from card to grid or compact layouts. You can also compact the colorful writing as well as the tags. But you can pretty much turn on and off what is displayed. You can customize the way it's sorted, and there's many other options that you guys definitely want to check out. There's a reminder section as well, so in case you want to remember something, you can easily do that. There's a couple of theming options, and then just some more general settings which allow you to change what the swiping does on a note. Now the next app on the list is CineHub.to, or just CineHub really, but this is a free movie app which you can go ahead and pick up, similar to Showbox or Terrarium and free movie apps in the past like that. This is a super clean app with no ads. It's got a movie section, a TV show section, and may I just point out that I do not recommend fully watching all your media in here because it does not support the creator of the movies, so if you want to pay for Hulu or Netflix, that is advised. However, if you do just want to check out some videos to see if you like them before you buy them, hint hint, then definitely I would recommend checking out this app. It has the ability to actually search for movies and TV shows by actors or actresses. So you can go ahead and select your favorite actor and you can go ahead and see all the movies they're in and easily go ahead and pick it. The app overall feels just as good as something like Netflix, and at the top there's a button to view the trailer which will open up in YouTube. Then there's a download button and there's also a button to add it to your list. So if you go onto your profile page, you can view your box which has all your favorite things you've added to it. You also get recommended things. And the ability to watch seasons is really nice and cleanly done because you can view all the description details about each episode as well as a thumbnail, so it makes things super easy, and it also does keep track of where you are in terms of watching the series, which is really neat. But other than that, you can cast to your various Chromecast devices, and I'd recommend it. Number 4 on the list is Polish. This one is great for photo editing. There's a ton of options in case you want to tweak some photographs. You can go ahead and change many aspects of the hue, saturation, contrast, the highlights, shadows, all your usual video editing stuff. But there's some filters, there's glitch effects. You can add frames, backgrounds, change the color of the backgrounds. You can change the aspect ratio, add text. There's a ton of things you can do in here, and it's overall just a great free photo editor, and I think you can make some really nice things. There's a lot of different fun options for your text, and everything in here is pretty much free. There is some pro features, but overall I think it does a great job. It also has a super clean AI cutout tool which removes subjects from the background, so that's also a really nice feature. But there's a ton of things you can do in here. If you're into that, go check it out. Up next is TruePics. This one is a combination of two things, but first we're going to be taking a look at the wallpaper aspect. So you have some categories here. They're all really nice and elegant. They're pretty high quality as well. They're all pretty much made for smartphones, so they're going to be 1440p at least. There's lots of AMOLED wallpapers. You can easily go and apply them to your home screen, your lock screen, or you can go ahead and share it with external apps. And you can obviously download it as well if you just want the image. But I think they really do look nice. This is just one of them, which is of some planet in space, but there's a ton of categories. My favorite is the moon category. This one has some super clean and really nice wallpapers. This one especially really stands out to me. It's just super punchy, especially on these Samsung OLED screens. It really does pack a punch in terms of color. But there isn't that many wallpapers. There is a trending section, but overall it's updating pretty quickly and there is some really nice ones, so I would recommend it. Now there's also a true setup page, and you can go ahead again and search by category. So AMOLED is going to show you dark themes, and it will tell you actually the launcher, the icon pack, the wallpaper used, and also the widgets and who it's made by. And this is really nice in order to go and find a home screen that you like, and then you can go ahead and make it yourself by finding out what makes it. Up next is AirDroid, and this basically helps you if you want to share files from an Android device to a Mac or Windows or vice versa. It basically lists all the devices on your network, and you can even go ahead and connect through new devices via a web page. But you can go ahead and share files, record your screen, you can back up data, you can also remotely control your Android device through your computer, which is actually quite handy. But there's like a chat log here similar to sort of WhatsApp, and you can go ahead and transfer videos or photos that way. Like I mentioned, if you don't download it on your computer, you can go to web.airdroid.com and enter this code or scan a QR code. That will hook you up. But overall, it's pretty easy. This is the application which I have on my desktop, and you can go ahead and just drag in any file pretty much, and it will go straight across to your Android. As you can see, it will pop up as a notification. Then when clicking on it, you can go ahead and download it and play it back, and it's on your device. Pretty simple way of transferring data. Aftertime is up next, and this one's sort of less useful, but something that's actually really a cool idea. So they have a bunch of messages which have been written by people, and you can go ahead and read the ones wrote by other people all around the world, and you can kind of get to know them and just read their note. Some of them are quite interesting and sort of open your eyes and your mindset to new ideas and things. So I've read a few pretty inspirational stuff. Some stuff is in Chinese, so unfortunately I don't know how to read that. But if you do want to read some or you want to write some, you can go ahead and actually choose the write option. You can attach a voice recording so they can actually hear you speak through it or read it out. Then you can also attach an image file as well so they can kind of visualize what you're talking about. And you can go ahead and just write below. You have up to 1,000 words. And you can pretty much write anything you want and post it. Anyone can sort of open it and just have a look at it. It's sort of random, but it's a cool idea. This one up next is if you're tired of wallpapers and you want something a little bit different and you're really into playing music. This one sort of links up with your media app, in my case, Spotify, and it goes ahead and sets a wallpaper, which is live, it does change, and it moves and changes color based on the artwork of the media that you're playing back. So if you're playing a video, it will take the thumbnail and actually make that into the wallpaper, and it will sort of move to the sound. Or if you're playing some music, it will take the cover art and it will actually do the same thing. It will put that as the wallpaper and will move on top to the beat. I think this is really cool, and overall just sort of spices up your home screen. It's a little bit different, and it just changes every time you're listening to something, especially if you're listening to music a lot. This is really a nice touch. You can also set the default standard colors, change the strength, and you can view live what's actually happening, as you can see in the background while I'm changing these options. Up next is Dolby On. Now this is super useful if you do record audio on your phone. It's not the best audio in the world, but it does have a decent microphone because of course you're going to be speaking in it on calls. This basically captures ambient noise in the background, sort of cancels that out from your main voiceover, so it does sort of punch it. I'm presuming it equalizes it, it sort of does some dynamics and cancels out the noise. But if you are curious
just how good the audio quality is inside this app compared to just the standard recorder app,
then as you heard just there, it does make it marginally better, although it was kind of far away from me while I was speaking into it, but it does make a significant difference. You can go ahead and make it into a video as well, and you can also change the background. You have some more options to make it more bassy and change the way the sound is. But there is a lot of detailed settings in order to sort of noise reduce, increase the bass, increase the treble. And overall, it's really nice. There's a lossless audio mode as well, which you can turn on. And if you're making audio files, then you might want to use this app. It does definitely improve it. And finally, we're last on the list, and this one is called Touch Bar. So if you're familiar with MacBooks, they have this Touch Bar strip. This is basically like that, but for Android devices. There's a few settings you can choose from, but when enabled, there's a plus icon in the bottom left. You can obviously change the side. When clicking it, it does open up a touch bar along the bottom. You can go ahead and change your volume. You can even open this and do a Google search, which will pop up. You can mute your audio, change your brightness. Swiping along, you can turn on and off your Wi-Fi, your data, your airplane mode, Bluetooth. There's also an app drawer button. You can add your favorite apps here, which allows you to quickly jump between apps. So there's tons of potential with this. There is a ton of settings, so I can't really go over everything, but it is worth checking out. It's a really nice app, and it is free. So all of these links will be down below. But there is some pretty cool settings you might want to check out in here, and you can also go ahead and change all the color scheme up as well, and there's some playback options. Overall, it's a cool app, and I really like how it blends in with sort of the black strip along the bottom of my phone. But anyway guys, that is pretty much it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and peace out.
Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run